Hello guys, my name is Kiki and welcome to my channel. After for almost 30 years, yeah, that long. But if you want to learn how to decorate your home on a budget while having fun at it, subscribe, stay tuned, and hit the like.
DIY number 1.
I'm gonna start with a beautiful sign, and for this I'm using this canvas that I got on store here. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove that plastic, and then I'm gonna take my X-Acto knife and I'm gonna cut the canvas right here in the back. We're gonna remove that canvas and then we're gonna flip it over, take our antique wax, and we're gonna paint this sign completely. Then we're gonna let it dry really well so we can attach the canvas to the back. And for that, what I did is I just flipped it over, placed the canvas, and using my stapler, or stapling gun, something like that. I'm just stapling it to the back. Then we're gonna take this beautiful canvas that we made and we're gonna cut the excess by using our X-Acto knife again. We're gonna go all around cutting all of that excess. Then we're gonna take this beautiful decal that I made from Creative Fabrica, and in the description box down below you're gonna find the link for this one and their products. And here what I'm doing, I'm just cutting them in pieces like this so I can attach it to my sign. And for that, as you can see, I'm just placing them so you can see them just like that, because we can make our design any size or any style we want just by cutting them, getting pieces of it, and separating it. And look at this, I made a big sign with a small decal. In the link for Creative Fabrica that you will find in my description box, you will get 1 month full access to all of their designs for just $1, access to all the resources with no limits, commercial use allowed on all resources, and also the renewals will be for $19 instead of $29. So go and check them out. Now, what I'm doing is I'm just placing my transfer tape so I can transfer my beautiful design to the sign. And as you can see, I moved everything out of the way so I can transfer this beautiful Mrs. Claus Gingerbread Bakery and Sweets Shop to my sign. Now what I'm doing is I'm just adding the other words like this, and after that we will have a beautiful sign. Let me continue adding them like that. And now I added my beautiful stencils because I took 2 of those gingerbread that they had and I made it on stencils. And now what I'm doing is I'm using some of this paint, and this one I think it was nutmeg, and I'm just painting my gingerbread girl with this beautiful color. Then I'm gonna use my Waverly crimson color to paint her beautiful bow. And after that I will just paint the gingerbread guy that we have on the other side, and then I will remove all of those stencil thingies like this, and we will reveal the most beautiful gingerbread couple. Now I want to paint his bow with this beautiful red color so we have the matching. And after that I will add a handle of jingle bells, but I forgot to record it. But here you can see it and it is looking beautiful. I just love it. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this one. There you can see the beautiful jingle bells because I'm biased.
Now for an awesome Craspire unboxing, and we have all of this, and in the description box down below you're gonna find all the info for Craspire. Also you will find there a coupon code so you can go and check all of these products and check their link or their website. I know you're gonna love them. They have beautiful things over there, so go and check out the description box. And now let's get unboxing. And first thing we have is this tag punch, and we have it here, and it has 3 sizes. I'm so in love with it. And now for this, here is everything I got. Let me show you so you can see. This is everything I got. Now let's start getting it out. And now, as you can see, I have lots of goodies over here. Now let me get them from the box so I can start showing you everything. I know you're gonna love all of this as much as I do. Just let me get it. And here you can see this beautiful stencil. I'm so in love with it. I cannot wait to start working with it. It's so cute. Now moving on, we have this beautiful flower stickers. Look at that. They are so cute. So cute. Now we have these leaves, stencils, not stickers. And look at that. They are so, so cute. And finally, we have these beautiful letters. Look at that. Super duper cute. I cannot wait to work with them. Remember that in the description box down below, you're going to find the links to all of these products and to Craspire so you can go and check out all of these products and their website. You're going to find also a coupon code so you can get a good deal if you buy $40 or more. DIY number 2.
And we're gonna make this beautiful set of bells that you can see here for 79 bucks on Pottery Barn. And I'm gonna take these bells that I got from my local dollar store for $2.49, and I'm just gonna disassemble them and paint them in this crimson Waverly chalk paint. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove all of this like that, and I'm gonna struggle a little bit because this was really tight. But then I discovered where I could just bend it, and then I removed it, and now I'm gonna remove all of that twine or thingy that it has in the middle. Now we have our bells, and I'm gonna start painting them with that beautiful crimson red color. And I'm gonna do 2 coats on this beautiful bells, and then I'm gonna paint them on the inside as well. Let me just paint this like that all over, and then we're gonna let them dry really well. Now we see them, and here you have them. Now I have these decals that I made on my Cricut, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna transfer that decal over here like this. And I'm going to add 3 of those, 1 here and 1 of each side, like that. So we have beautiful snowflakes on our bell. I'm going to do this for all of our beautiful bells on different snowflakes that I made. And after I have put all of those decals, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my white chalk paint from Waverly. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start making dots all around just like this in the bottom lip of that beautiful bell. Then I'm going to come back and do more dots on the top, and I'm just showing you how I'm going to make them. Then I'm going to make triangles in the top just like this. And I'm going to finish this out of camera so I won't bore you. And here you have it. I'm gonna add this clear acrylic spray paint all around, and here you can see it. Now I have rope, and we're gonna make a rope nut for the top. This one is this medium one, it's not the smaller one, but I wanted to show you how it turned out. And now I'm just adding that beautiful rope knot in the top, and for that I'm gonna use a little bit of hot glue, and I'm gonna add hot glue over here at that knot and just start pushing it down so we get it glued. And now I'm gonna do the big bell, and I'm gonna do the same thing just like that. Add that knot on the top, play around with it so it sticks, and that's it. Let me show you. And here you can see all of them together, and they look so beautiful. And the best part is I spent only $2.49.
DIY number 3.
And we're gonna make a beautiful jar. And for that I'm using white paint, and I'm gonna paint my jar with that white paint all over, going all around except for the lid, the border, and the outside. Well, we're just painting the jar part. Now I'm going to take black paint, and I'm going to paint the borders just like this. And you will see why I didn't paint the outside border in a minute. After we finish with that, we're going to take the beautiful red that we just used, and we're going to go all around that border. and that's why I didn't paint it before. And now that we have our border, we're gonna take some gunmetal and we're gonna paint the lid of our jar. Then we're gonna let this dry really well. Take your time because I didn't, and you will see what happened. But we're gonna let it dry so we can transfer our decal, and this one is a decal from Creative Fabrica. And what I'm doing is I'm just weeding it out so I can transfer it to my beautiful jar. And after I finish with that, I'm gonna add some transfer tape so we can transfer this beauty to the jar, and you will see what we're gonna make with this beautiful jar. Let me just remove the excess like this, just like that, going all around, removing everything. Now I added my transfer tape, and now we're gonna add our beautiful decal to our jar. And for that, I'm gonna remove the backing so I can take my transfer tape to my jar, just like this, and I'm gonna transfer that, remove the transfer tape. Yeah, I have said transfer too many times. Struggle a little bit because my paint was wet. And after I remove that transfer tape, we're gonna start decorating this cutie. But the struggle is real with this one. So I'm taking my time. And now that you can see that if the decal is there and I finished with that, we're gonna start the decorating process. And for that, I'm using this beautiful gingerbread man that I got from Dollar Tree. My beautiful friend Sandra sent them to me. And some of that chestnut paint. We're gonna paint them with that paint like that. Cover them completely. Then we're gonna make them cute. And for that, I'm gonna use some white paint, green, and red paint. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make them cute faces just with a paintbrush. Really easy, just like this. 2 eyes, a mouth, and the springy thingies that they have on their hands and feet. Like this, those swirly, springy thingies. We do that, and then we're gonna make the buttons of their shirt. That's not a shirt. Of their chest. 2 of them are red and 1 green in the middle, just like this. Then we're gonna take all of them that are decorated and we're gonna start adding them to our jar because we're making a gingerbread man jar. And what I'm doing is I'm just gluing them like this. Now I'm gonna glue the ones on the top, and then we're gonna make a beautiful bow to decorate the top part. Let me just add this. And here you can see the bow. And I'm gonna take some of this greenery and add it over here just by gluing it like this. Then I'm gonna add my beautiful bow to the corner like that. Then I'm gonna fluff it, make sure it is cute, and add one of these berries from Dollar Tree. And it is looking so cute. Here you can see it, and let me tell you, this one is one of my favorites. It looks so cute. But I want to know what you think about this one because, yeah, you can see I'm biased.
DIY number 4.
And we're going to take this beautiful countdown till Christmas from 129. And it's so beautiful from Grandin Road. What I'm going to use is one of these wooden circles. You will find them also on my Amazon front store, or you can find them at Dollar Tree, and more crimson red from Waverly. I'm gonna cover this circle completely on that beautiful crimson red, like this, going all around my circle, just like that. And we're gonna cover it completely, let it dry really well. And then I'm gonna take this beautiful countdown that you will find the link in the description box down below, so you can make this beautiful countdown. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my iron, because this is iron on vinyl, and I'm gonna continue just going around all of it with my iron just like this. We're gonna go all around it, and take your time with this because you will see that I was a little bit impatient, and you know that. And I just damaged a little bit of this beautiful countdown. So just go around really slowly, and you will see there I missed the 13, and that's where I messed it up a little bit. And as you can see, the 13 is almost gone. Now as you can see, I'm just removing that plastic, making sure that everything is stuck there. And I did this. I didn't use the plastic, and I just added my iron. I removed all of that, and then I just painted it using white Waverly chalk paint, and I fixed it. So if you're a little bit more careful than I was, you won't have any issues with this. Just don't use that iron on top of your iron on vinyl. Use your plastic and then iron on it. But then I just fixed it, and it's looking so beautiful. Now it's fixed. And as you can see, I'm just covering all the red oopsies. Now I have this piece that I made up with a little bit of that poster board. I'm making a hole in the middle using the Cricut weeder like this. And then I'm going to take a piece of one clock, this one, and I'm going to take the thingy that holds it down. But first, I'm going to glue this that I painted my thingy with black spray paint, and I'm going to glue it like this. Then I'm going to come back with my Cricut weeder, and I'm just having that thingy that goes in the middle, and I'm cutting the excess. I'm going to add it over here, but first I'm going to take my Cricut weeder like this, and I'm going to make a hole just like that. Then I'm going to glue that really well, and then I'm going to add this thingy over here so I can push it to my countdown. Here you can see it. I'm just making that hole a little bit wider, and now I'm going to add this, and I just push that down, and it holds really well. Now I'm going to add a little bit of hot glue to the back, and that's it. Let me show you. Here you can see it, and it is looking so beautiful. Remember that the link for this project on Cricut Design Space is going to be in the description box down below.
DIY number 5.
We're going to make a garland, and all of this that you can see here, it's what we're going to use. We're going to use Gingerbread Man ribbon, some of this beautiful mesh, some candy canes, and now let's jump into making it. I'm going to take this old garland that I made with Decor mesh, and I'm going to remove everything that it has. Well, what I added last year. And then I'm going to take this beautiful mesh, and I'm going to start attaching it using zip ties. And for that, as you can see, I'm just grabbing both of them and adding my zip tie, just zip tying it like that, and fluffing it, because fluffing is really important. So I'm going to continue doing that until I have finished. Now we're going to start making our bows. And as you can see, I started with this one for 6 inches, and I decided we needed 9. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut 3 of those, and then I'm going to take this beautiful red ribbon, and I'm going to cut 9 inches again, and I'm going to cut 3 of those also. Then, after I have cut all of them, I'm going to take this beautiful striped ribbon, and I'm just making 10 inches of this one, strips, and I'm making 3 of them. Then I'm going to take them, and I'm going to dovetail all of my strips of ribbon. After I do that, we're going to start assembling. And I added 1 of each, like this. And then we're going to continue our pattern any way you like it. Then we're going to just cinch it in the middle, And I'm just going to place my hand there, take a zip tie that like that, and fluff it. After we have a beautiful bow, we're going to start decorating it. And for that, I'm going to use the beautiful picks that you saw in the beginning, these ones that I got on a store here. And I'm just going to start rolling them like that, just making loops of them like that, springy thingies, so I can glue that to my bow. Then I decided that I wanted this candy, and I just wanted another peppermint because this one wasn't making it. So I decided to put this in the middle and take another peppermint candy, not that candy cane, and add the same thing to all of my bows. I did ones with candy canes and others with those candies. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a funky bow, and for that I'm cutting 17 inches strips of ribbon, and I'm cutting 2 of each, well, 3 3 of these ones, and then of the beautiful candy cane ones, I didn't use those. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start my pattern like this, and I'm gonna go all around it like this, repeating my pattern. And I think I added one of the candy cane or candy peppermint to the end of that. No, I did not. So now I'm just zip tying them together with a bigger zip tie because, yeah, smaller one wouldn't make it. And then I'm gonna start the process of fluffing because you know me, I love fluffing my bows until they look cute. After I have fluffed all of it, I'm gonna add the beautiful gingerbread lady that you saw in the beginning. I think it was the lady. Yeah, it was the lady. And I'm gonna glue it in the middle. Look at that, that's a lady. And I'm gonna glue it in the middle of my bow. I removed all of the ornament thingies that to hang it. Added a lot of hot glue and added that beautiful gingerbread lady there. Now we're gonna start making our garland, and the first thing I added, it was this beautiful candy canes here. And I'm using a zip tie, but this one was too small, so I decided to change it for a big one. And then I just tied them, and I'm gonna do candy canes, bow, candy canes, bow, except for the middle. In the middle, I'm gonna add the big bow and 2 bows to each side. I hope you understood that. But you will see it. Now we have candy cane, then I'm gonna add a bow here. And I'm gonna continue that pattern until I have reached the middle, and in the middle will be the funky bow and 2 bows to each side. And now let me just show you that. I'm cutting my zip ties, and here you can see it. We have a bow there. We have our funky bow with a beautiful gingerbread lady. And then we will have a bow to the other side. Let me just glue this like this. And then we're gonna move on to the other side to add the other bow, and then we continue with candy canes, bow, candy canes, bow. And that's the pattern for this one. And it is looking so beautiful. Let me show you so you can see it. And here you can see it. This is how it turned out, and I'm in love with it. But I want to know what you think about this one because, yeah, this one, I'm biased. I love, love, love it. It is so cute. Look at those candy canes with bows and everything. They are beautiful.
If you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I would love for you to subscribe and become part of our YouTube family. And if you're a returning subscriber, you know how much I love you. Remember that in the description box down below, you're gonna find all the links to my social media, so you can go and check me out over there, and we can be friends and have lots of fun.
DIY number 6.
And we're gonna make a ladder. And for that, I'm using this dowels. You can use a plunger, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make holes on those bigger dowels so I can fit the smaller ones in between. What I'm doing is I'm just marking the spot that I'm gonna make my holes with my drill like this. And for that, I'm using a pen, and then I'm gonna take those bigger dowels and I'm gonna start making the holes like this with my drill. You don't have to go all the way to the other side. You can just make a little hole so you can stick that smaller dowel there. And I'm gonna do this to both of my dowels so we can assemble our beautiful ladder. And after I do that, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna repeat that to the other one, and then I'm gonna take some sandpaper and sand all the corners of my dowels, all of them, the 4 of them. We're gonna sand them. And after we finish with that sanding, we're gonna start assembling it. And for that, I'm gonna use some paint. Well, let's just paint it first. I'm gonna paint those 2 smaller dowels in the red, crimson, white Waverly chalk paint. Oh, that was a mouthful. And the bigger ones with white Waverly chalk paint. We're just gonna paint those ones in white, let them dry, and then we're gonna take the smaller ones and paint them in that beautiful red, and also let them dry. After we let everything dry really well, remember, I don't do that, but I did for this one. We're gonna take the bigger dowels and some tape, and we're gonna start making a spiral with that tape. Just let me make sure that we have them. And now what I'm gonna do a spiral with that tape so we can have the candy cane look on those bigger dowels. I'm gonna wrap this like that, and then I'm gonna wrap the other one. Then I'm gonna take the crimson red and I'm gonna start painting that like this. We're gonna go all around making sure that we paint every single thing. Don't worry if your tape is good. You won't have any bleeding. If not, add Mod Podge first, let it dry, and then add your red paint. We're gonna continue just doing this like that until we have finished, and then we're gonna remove that tape and we will see a beautiful design. Let me go around with this one just like that. Rolling it around, removing that tape, and let me show you. This is so cute. Here you can see it, and now I'm gonna color correct everything that just got peeled or got a little bit of bleeding. Then I'm gonna repeat that to the other dowel, and that will be it. Now we have everything painted, and I'm gonna start adding a little bit of hot glue on those holes, adding my dowels just like this, and then I'm gonna add the other dowel, this one, and I'm just gonna add it to the other side just like that, and we will have a beautiful ladder. Let me show you. And here you can see it decorated, and it is looking so cute. But let me know what you think about this one, because this is another one of my favorites.
DIY number 7.
For this one, we're gonna make this beautiful, well, not so beautiful. We're gonna make a tray using Creative Fabrica decal. A decal that I got from there. They have the images and they are so cute. Now what I'm doing is I'm just using my antique wax and I'm painting this corner, just this corner, and you will see why. Then I'm gonna take the Gingerbread Man that you see here, and I'm struggling a little bit because, yeah, my vinyl didn't want it to work with me. But I'm gonna remove that Gingerbread Man and I'm gonna add it over here, and we will use it as a reverse stencil. Yep, that's what we're doing. Now I'm gonna add all of the pieces of that Gingerbread Man so we can use this as the reverse stencil, and I can paint it with my white chalk paint. Words aren't my best thing today. I'm struggling with them. Now I'm just gonna remove the stencil or the decal like this, and I'm gonna remove all of the pieces so I have a beautiful Gingerbread Man. Then I'm gonna take crimson and I'm gonna paint all of those borders from the tray like this. We're gonna cover them completely, front, sides, and everything. Now we're gonna take the oh snap and we're gonna take that so we can transfer it to the bottom of our tray like this. We're gonna transfer it like this, making sure we have it really well centered and everything. And then we're gonna remove that transfer tape and go back to the O so we can add the oh snap because he broke a leg. Now we're gonna take that O and we're gonna transfer that one like this over here. And after that, we're gonna start assembling our beautiful tray. Now it is a beautiful tray. And for that, we're gonna use hot glue so we can glue those pieces. And I started with the corners or the sides like this. And like that, I'm gonna glue them just like that. And I'm gonna glue the other side, and then I'm gonna glue the top and the bottom, and that will be it. Let me just add a little bit of hot glue here, glue it over there, add the other side like this. And look at that, it's so cute. But we're gonna continue adding to it because, yeah, it needs a lot more cuteness. I'm securing it with hot glue, and that's it for this one. Now I'm gonna take this dowel and I'm gonna cut a piece of that. And with those thingies that you see there, those were the legs for the birdhouse that I made before. I'm gonna cut that piece of dowel and I'm gonna paint it white with my white Waverly chalk paint. Then I'm gonna add some tape to make it look like a candy cane, just like this. And I'm gonna roll it all around. Then I'm gonna take my crimson chalk paint and I'm just gonna paint it like this, going all around it so we can paint those candy cane thingies. Then I'm gonna remove the tape like this, and look at that, so cute. I will correct anything that just got a little bit of bleeding like that. And then I'm going to take those legs and I'm just going to glue them like this. Just like that, we have a beautiful rolling pin. Look at that, so cute. Now I want to make a small bow for my tray. And I took a piece of ribbon and I'm just making my hot glue bow. And as you can see, I'm just making it and dovetailing those tails. And now those are the bow legs, and now I'm gonna tie it all together like that so I can add it to my beautiful tray. I decided that I wasn't going to add it to my rolling pin and I was going to add it to the tray, but you will see that a little bit later. See, I'm just measuring it and I don't like that it covers all of the candy cane thingies. So I decided to glue it over here in the corner just like this. And then I'm going to add my rolling pin to the other side so you can see it like that. And now let me show you. And here you can see it. And this one is also one of my favorites. But let me know in the comments below what you think about this one. And remember that the link to Creative Fabrica in the description.
DIY number 8.
And for this one, I'm going to take this wooden spoon, some of this antique wax, and I'm gonna start painting the top part of that spoon with that antique wax. And I'm gonna cover it completely just like this, up and down, sides and everything, but just the top. And then I'm gonna take a wet wipe and I'm gonna remove most of that antique wax. And then I'm gonna take white from Waverly chalk paint and I'm gonna paint the handle. After that, I'm gonna start making a beautiful face just by making 2 dots for his eyes like this. And after I do that, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make him a cute smile. And after that, I'm gonna make him some cute dimples over here and one on the other side. And then I'm gonna make the swirly thingies on his face. After that, we're gonna move on to decorating that handle. For that, I'm gonna take some tape like this and I'm gonna roll it around that handle just like that. And then we're gonna take Crimson by Waverly chalk paint and we're just gonna paint it completely. Remember that in the description box down below, you're also gonna find the link to my Amazon front store so you can go and check out all of Plaid products. I'm Plaid ambassador. And here I'm removing that tape. Now I have 3 of them that I made. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of hot glue over here just to make sure that they stay together while I'm decorating. Then I'm going to take this garland tie. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap them together just like that. Cut the excess. And then I'm going to take beautiful berries from Dollar Tree. These ones that look frosted. They look like they have coconut or something on top of them. They are so cute. And I'm just tying them together to make 4. Cutting the excess and then a little bit of hot glue so I can glue them down. Just like that. Then I'm going to take the jingle bell thingy garland that I love. And then I'm going to make some springy thingies that I can add to the bottom just like this. And I'm going to make another one. And right here I had to cut another piece and make the springy thingy. After that I added here with a little bit of hot glue and that's it. We're going to glue those spoons together. Just let me play around with them. And I'm going to add some hot glue in between them. And that's it. We have them secured and steady. And here you can see them. And they are so cute. But let me know what you think about this ones because, yeah, I love them.
DIY number 9.
We're gonna make a beautiful kitchen cordon. And for that, I'm using this one that my mom made me. And this beautiful decal that I got from Creative Fabrica. And in the description box down below, you're gonna find the link for them. So you can go and check them out because you will find lots of beautiful things there. Also, I'm gonna use chestnut from Apple Barrel. And some sponge brush. No, sponges. And some parchment paper. Now let's jump into this one because we're going to take some of that parchment paper and we're going to place it in between our 2 pieces of fabric like this. Find the opening, add that piece of parchment paper just to make sure that your paint doesn't bleed to the back part. And then we're going to take our beautiful gingerbread man and we're going to transfer to our recording. And for that, I'm just using some transfer tape. Then I'm going to remove it. And then I'm going to place it really well to my cording so we can make a beautiful gingerbread man. And as I told you, you will find in the description box down below the link to Creative Fabrica so you can go and check everything that they have over there. They are awesome and I love all of their images. And also you will find the link to my Amazon front store so you can go and check out the apple barrel and all of the beautiful products from Plaid. Now what I'm doing is I'm removing my transfer tape just like this, really easy, like that. And after that, I'm going to take my chestnut paint and what I'm going to do is I'm going to sponge that to my gingerbread man. And for that, I took a little bit and then I started just sponging it just like this, covering everything. We're going to go all around our gingerbread man because this one doesn't have any details. So it's going to be a chestnut and white one. So I'm gonna go all around painting it like that. Take your time, make sure that you paint it really well this because you don't want a Dalmatian kind of gingerbread man. So go around, make sure you painted everything, covered it completely and really well, and then when you finish, you're ready to remove that beautiful decal or stencil. And for that, I'm just going around removing everything, all the excess just like this. And as you can see, I removed everything from it and this is the cutest thing ever. Look at that, so cute. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to make sure that I'm using this center, and for that I'm using my gingerbread man to know where my center is. And then I'm gonna take this decal and you will see what I made here. This is not a decal, this is a stencil. And what I made is a peppermint patty. I think that's the name for that one. A candy. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to transfer my stencil using transfer tape just like this. And that I will add it to my cordon just like that. Then I'm going to take a beautiful red color. Let me remove this transfer tape so you can see the beautiful red that we are using for this one. This is just beautiful. And I'm gonna use this red that you will see here to paint it. And this is full card, real red, I think that's the name. And what I'm gonna do is the same thing we did for our gingerbread man. We're gonna go all around painting it, making sure that we're covering those lines in between like that. That's why you see me cover everything, because that has a line, an outline. And you will see how that looks right now. When we remove that transfer, or I'm saying transfer, that stencil. And here you can see that beautiful line. And here you have it. Here is my beautiful cordon. Let me know what you think about this one because it looks beautiful on my kitchen. But I want to know what you think. That garland I made last year and it looks perfect with it.
Our final DIY number 10.
I'm gonna make this beautiful bell cluster for 1950, and I decided to use those cardboard tubes that you can find on the inside of the vinyl, cricket vinyl. And I'm just gonna cut them using my miter saw, I think that's the name for this. And I'm just gonna cut them like that. I cut 4 of those. Now I have one that it is a little bit thinner, and I'm gonna cut it like that, really small. And now I'm just gonna sand them really well all around just like that to get all of those pieces of cardboard off. Now I'm gonna take this poster board and I'm gonna measure my tube and I'm gonna cut circles out of that poster board. Yeah, I always struggle with my words. Now I'm just gonna cut those circles, and then I'm gonna bring that cardboard tube and I'm gonna add some hot glue, glue that, and glue the mini circle in the top like that. Now I'm gonna use flat black and spray paint all of my tubes or bells. And here you can see it. It's looking so cute, but we want gold, so I'm gonna use this brush metallic from Folkart. I'm a Plaid ambassador, and you will find the link to my Amazon front store so you can go and check out all of Plaid products.
Now I'm just going around just like this with that beautiful color all around my bell. And I'm gonna paint it completely like this. You can use any paintbrush. I use this one because I had it in hand. Nothing special about this. But I'm just gonna go around like that, and as you can see, we have a little bit of gold and a little bit of black showing, and that looks beautiful. Now I'm gonna go around and paint all of it like that. Then I'm going to take a detail brush and I'm going to paint all of those details or sides of my bell so I can cover everything with that beautiful gold color. And I'm going to go all around, as you can see here, covering everything, making sure that everything is painted. Now we're going to let them dry. I have all of them painted, and I'm going to grab one of them and some caulk you can find at the Dollar Tree, and I'm gonna add that caulk in the bottom of that bell to make the beautiful frosted look that we saw on those beautiful bells we saw at the beginning. These ones I think are from Pottery Barn or Grandin Road. Oh, I cannot remember. But we're gonna go around just like this, just mushing that caulk, and then we're gonna add iridescent glitter, something like that glitter that it's beautiful. And we're gonna repeat that to all of our bells just like this, adding our caulk, smushing or going around with our finger to that caulk so we can just blend it a little bit and make it not so puffy. And then adding that glitter just like that. Then, when they are dry, we're going to add some of this clothesline. Let me show you this one. And we're going to tie them to make it look like the rope. If you have rope from the Dollar Tree, you can use that one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tie them like this. Cut a piece of that clothesline or macrame cord. You can use that. And what I'm doing is I'm just measuring it. And I made a knot. And I have all of them here. Now I'm going to tie them together, and I'm going to use a piece of that clothesline. I forgot what it was. To tie it, just to make sure they stay together, while I wrap a piece of that clothesline around all of those strings, like this. I'm going to wrap it around just like that, really well. And then I'm going to cut the excess like this. And I'm going to continue wrapping until I have reached the top of my cords. Then I'm going to add a little bit of hot glue and continue wrapping to cover all of those exposed ends. Then I'm going to make a loop like this and go around with my cord around that loop to cover it and secure it with more hot glue. And that will be it. Let me show you. And here you can see them, and they look so beautiful. Who would have thought this is just a piece of cardboard tube? Let me know what you think in the comments below because I'm loving them.
And that's it for today. This is everything I have for you. Remember to share this video with a friend, hit the like, and let me know what you think in the comments below. That's the free way to help your girl out. That makes YouTube notice that you like this video, and it will recommend it to other beauties like yourself. Take care, my beautiful friends. Bye-bye.